Oh no.
And so I don't have my top on. And no, there's nothing sexy about that.
When is that going to happen?
Always. We just had People magazine. We just had the new DVD release for the second time.
Did you know that some of the most celebrated beauty icons, natural muses, who once filled the Black community with pride and melted millions of hearts, have shocked the world with completely unrecognizable, botched appearances? Behind the dazzling smiles and glaring stage lights lies a dark maze of perfectionism and heartbreaking cosmetic disasters. Brace yourself, because we're about to pull back the curtain on the tragic hidden realities of 19 renowned Black beauties. These are women who reached the absolute pinnacle of fame, only to lose themselves and the very soul of their faces in an endless, vicious cycle of going under the knife. 1. Moniece Slaughter, the high cost of chasing perfection. Best known for her time on the hit reality show Love and Hip Hop. Hollywood, Moniece Slaughter was once a symbol of edgy charisma and undeniable allure. In the early seasons, she won fans over, not just with her natural vocal talent and blunt honesty, but with her striking, natural facial features that perfectly captured classic Black beauty. The image of a confident, radiant Moniece was a standard that many young viewers admired and aspired to. However, the suffocating pressure to maintain a picture-perfect look under the unforgiving reality TV lights pushed her into the vortex of non-invasive cosmetic procedures. Driven by an obsession with aesthetic perfection, Moniece admitted to abusing lip and cheek fillers over an extended period. Tragedy struck when these substances didn't dissolve over time as advertised. Instead, they formed hard lumps, granulomas, and began migrating beneath her skin, leaving her face severely swollen, deformed, and stripped of its natural symmetry. The road to correcting this damage was an agonizing journey, both physically and mentally. Moniece had to undergo excruciating surgeries to scrape out the fillers, a procedure she described as horrific, requiring doctors to cut deep into her facial tissue to remove the hardened substances. By sharing her story, Moniece Slaughter boldly exposes the traumatic dark side of cosmetic enhancements, serving as a cautionary tale to her community while emphasizing the importance of self-love over chasing superficial beauty standards. 2. Faith Evans, when trying to freeze time backfires. Faith Evans is the undisputed first lady of 90s R&B and hip-hop, a musical icon known for her silky vocals and vibrant, elegant beauty. During her golden era at Bad Boy Records, she didn't just conquer the charts with her talent. She captivated the public with her radiant, natural looks. The image of a strong Black woman with a beautifully harmonious face and a warm smile set a standard for grace, earning her absolute admiration and respect from fans worldwide. Yet the immense pressure to stay youthful in a notoriously ageist entertainment industry led Faith to medical aesthetics. Desperate to erase the signs of aging, the legendary singer went overboard with Botox and fillers. The result? In several public appearances, her face was dubbed "frozen" by critics. Her eyes appeared unnaturally slanted, and her once delicate features were altered so drastically that her smile looked stiff and distorted. Instead of clinging to her youth, the heavy reliance on cosmetic chemicals rendered her face unrecognizable, sparking intense debates about the blinding pursuit of unrealistic beauty standards. Despite the fluctuations in her appearance, Faith Evans has continuously worked to find a balance and correct the damage. Her story perfectly illustrates the fine line between self-care and a dangerous dependency on cosmetic procedures, leaving a profound lesson for future generations of artists about aging gracefully and embracing the beauty of time. 3. Wendy Williams, when the Queen of Media lost her natural smile. There is a famous piece of industry lore that whenever Wendy Williams stepped onto the set of The Wendy Williams Show, the very first thing she did wasn't to check her script, but to look in the mirror and make sure every feature on her face was perfectly snatched. Wendy never hid the fact that she was a proud advocate of going under the knife. Her sheer audacity and worship of artificial beauty made her one of the most controversial figures regarding plastic surgery in Hollywood. Before becoming a cautionary tale for botched procedures, Wendy was a towering figure of pride in black media. Rising to fame as a razor-sharp radio DJ in New York, she won audiences over with her flamboyant fashion, voluminous wigs, and larger-than-life energy. To her fans, she was the epitome of confidence and success. With strong, striking features, she represented a powerful woman who wasn't afraid to go toe-to-toe with anyone. However, an obsession with aging and the desperate desire to look flawless on HD cameras drove Wendy down a path of extreme surgical abuse. Her facial deformation primarily stemmed from undergoing too many facelifts and brow lifts in a short span of time. Cutting too deep into the muscle tissue and pulling the skin excessively tight led to severe complications. Wendy was left with a permanently wide-eyed, deer-in-the-headlights look because her brows were pulled up way too high, making her appear perpetually shocked or angry. Worse still, the overdone facelifts made it impossible for her facial muscles to relax. The beloved talk show host's smile grew stiff and forced, resembling a wax figure. This distortion wasn't just a cosmetic failure, it directly hindered her daily communication. The natural, expressive facial cues that were once the greatest weapon of a TV host became a barrier, making viewers feel alienated and, at times, deeply sympathetic. Instead of the youthful glow she chased, Wendy was left with a lifeless appearance, proof that abusing cosmetic technology can literally strip a face of its soul. 4. Lark Voorhees, the heartbreaking downfall of a teen muse. In the early 90s, Lark Voorhees captured the hearts of millions of American viewers as the fashion-forward Lisa Turtle on the massive hit sitcom Saved by the Bell. With her glowing, sun-kissed skin, radiant smile, and expressive eyes, Lark wasn't just a teen beauty icon. She was a monumental source of pride for black representation on television. The image of a smart, trendy girl with natural, vibrant beauty became an unforgettable memory for an entire generation of fans. However, years after stepping away from the glaring spotlight, Lark resurfaced with a look that left the public utterly stunned. Her once delicate features were replaced by a swollen, stiff face, and her complexion had taken on an unnatural, patchy, and discolored appearance. Cosmetic experts and close sources pointed to the excessive use of facial fillers and dangerous, unregulated skin-bleaching chemicals. This brutal combination didn't just destroy her natural bone structure, it caused severe inflammation, robbing her face of its natural harmony. While her family later stated that her changing behavior and appearance were linked to severe mental health struggles, bipolar disorder, there is no denying that misguided cosmetic interventions left a massive scar on her beauty. Lark Voorhees' story is not just a tragic loss of a television muse, but a chilling wake-up call about the crushing physical expectations placed on entertainers, leading them toward perilous and damaging beauty choices. 5. Mary J. Blige, a symphony of pain and healing. Dubbed the Queen of Hip-Hop Soul, Mary J. Blige is a musical legend renowned for channeling pure pain and resilience through her signature raspy vocals. In the early days of her career, Mary embodied the edgy, fierce, and authentic beauty of black womanhood. Rocking platinum blonde hair, high-end streetwear, and sharply defined facial features, she became the ultimate symbol of confidence, helping millions of fans find their own voice through her music and swagger. But hidden beneath the dazzling fame was a deep-seated battle with body image and physical insecurities. The crushing weight of public scrutiny, combined with inner self-doubt, drove Mary toward cosmetic surgeries that didn't go as planned. Specifically, a rhinoplasty, nose job, and the heavy use of anti-aging fillers led to unintended complications. During certain periods, the superstar's face looked abnormally swollen and lacked its signature symmetry, making her appear drastically different from her iconic early look. This process wasn't just a cosmetic setback. It was a heavy psychological burden as she realized that surgical enhancements could never fill the void of low self-esteem. Rising from the ashes of those struggles, Mary J. Blige bravely confronted her reality and embarked on a journey of profound self-love. She has since become a living testament to accepting one's flaws and finding true beauty in maturity. Her story transcends physical transformation. It is a powerful narrative of reclaiming one's identity and soul amidst the brutal, unforgiving pressures of the entertainment industry. 6. Kelly Rowland, the somber note behind the quest for perfection. Kelly Rowland is a renowned singer, songwriter, and actress who, alongside the legendary group Destiny's Child, helped redefine the global R&B landscape. At the height of her fame, Kelly won audiences over not just with her powerhouse vocals, but with her natural athletic beauty, her signature flawless rich complexion, and her radiant smile. She was viewed as a symbol of elegance and sophistication. A black woman with perfectly harmonious features, serving as the ultimate blueprint for confidence and magnetic stage presence worldwide. However, few knew that behind the glamorous facade, Kelly fought a deep-seated battle with body image insecurities. The relentless pressure to meet the entertainment industry's unforgiving standards of perfection led her to contemplate altering her body at just 18, though she waited until she was 28 to finally go under the knife. While she openly admitted to getting breast implants, public scrutiny and speculation have long pointed to facial alterations as well, including the overuse of fillers and rhinoplasty, nose jobs. Dissatisfaction with initial results reportedly led to repeated procedures. This vicious cycle of fixing and refixing didn't just cause her face to go through stiff, unnatural phases. It also resulted in lingering physical pain and heavy psychological distress, shaking the very foundation of the confidence she had worked so hard to build. Kelly Rowland's journey serves as a stark reminder of the brutal glare of the spotlight. Though she has since settled into a stable, radiant, and fulfilled look, she frequently speaks out about the need for extreme caution before choosing plastic surgery, urging women to truly know and love themselves before succumbing to the pressure of invasive beauty trends. 7. Star Jones, the cosmetic gamble. Following a massive transformation. In 2003, loyal viewers of the hit daytime talk show The View began buzzing about a shocking transformation. Star Jones, the razor-sharp lawyer known for her signature full figure, suddenly dropped a staggering 160 pounds seemingly overnight. For 3 grueling years, she vehemently denied going under the knife, insisting her weight loss was strictly the result of portion control and Pilates. And this cover-up sparked one of the fiercest rumor mills in television history until she was finally forced to admit she had undergone gastric bypass surgery. This deception not only shattered her fans' trust, but also marked the beginning of a disastrous series of cosmetic interventions aimed at renovating her appearance following the record-breaking weight loss. Before her extreme transformation, Star was an icon of intellect and power. She was one of the first black women to cement a commanding presence in American daytime television. Audiences adored Star for her warm face, radiant smile, and unapologetic confidence that defied Hollywood's rigid weight standards. Back then, her image championed the big, beautiful, and bold movement, inspiring millions of plus-size women around the globe. However, shedding that much weight that rapidly left an inevitable consequence. Severe, sagging excess skin, particularly around her face and neck. Desperate to salvage her on-camera image and secure new career opportunities, Star turned to aggressive facelifts and skin excision procedures. Her sheer impatience to achieve a snatched, youthful look ultimately resulted in botched cosmetics. Being pulled too tight left her face looking unnaturally stretched, stripping away its natural elasticity and giving her eyes a slanted, permanently startled appearance. Her previously soft, inviting features completely vanished, replaced by a stiff, expressionless mask. The public backlash was brutal, driven not only by her distorted appearance, but also by her blatant dishonesty throughout her physical transformation. Instead of achieving a flawless look to elevate her career, Star faced an alienated audience and was branded fake for years to come. Star Jones's story is glaring proof that when you push your body beyond its limits to chase extreme aesthetic standards, the cost isn't just your looks, it's your legacy. 8. Tiny Harris, when the craving for a new eye color becomes a blind gamble. Tamika "Tiny" Harris is a multi-talented powerhouse in the American entertainment industry, first rising to fame as a member of the legendary R&B group Escape, and later as the star of the smash hit reality show T.I. and Tiny: The Family Hustle. In the hearts of 90s fans, Tiny possessed a sweet petite beauty, highlighted by her naturally expressive dark eyes and a radiant smile. As a fiercely talented artist who exuded confidence in her natural black beauty, she became a massive inspiration for young audiences of that era. That confidence wavered, however, when Tiny decided to undergo one of the most controversial and dangerous cosmetic procedures in the world: artificial iris implant surgery to permanently change her eye color from dark brown to ice gray. Because the procedure is illegal and not FDA approved in the United States, she flew to Africa to have it done. Driven by a desire for a drastically unique and groundbreaking look, she ended up paying a devastating price. Following the surgery, Tiny suffered severe vision complications and dangerously high intraocular pressure, leaving her eyes looking constantly glassy and unnatural. The lively, soulful gaze she once used to connect with audiences and cameras was rendered dull and lifeless, directly hindering her ability to emote on screen. Although she later had to undergo corrective medical procedures to manage the complications and save her eyesight, the alteration permanently distorted her natural facial aura. Tiny Harris's story is a terrifying cautionary tale about the lengths to which people will go for extreme beauty trends, even if it means risking blindness and irreversible physical damage. 9. Cynthia Bailey, reclaiming her identity from the ageless trap. Cynthia Bailey is a fiercely successful international supermodel and a cornerstone of the massive reality television franchise, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Long before she became a household name on reality TV, she was dominating global catwalks and gracing the covers of elite fashion magazines like Vogue and Elle. To her fans, Cynthia was the absolute embodiment of timeless beauty, boasting flawless bone structure, pristine skin, and an aura of pure elegance. She was widely considered the gold standard of natural beauty, a black woman radiating regal, youthful energy without ever needing the help of a scalpel. However, the crushing pressure to maintain an ageless facade under the scrutiny of high-definition cameras ultimately pushed Cynthia into the trap of medical aesthetics. In a desperate bid to smooth out fine lines and keep her face looking perfectly plump, she went totally overboard with facial fillers. Instead of delivering the fountain of youth she hoped for, the sheer volume of injectables left her face abnormally bloated and puffy. Her facial muscles became stiff, robbing her of her famous, naturally expressive runway features. Cynthia candidly admitted that she felt deep regret looking in the mirror, seeing only a distorted stranger staring back at her. Determined to find herself again, she had to endure a tedious and painful process of having the fillers dissolved to melt away the excess compounds and reclaim her naturally delicate bone structure. Cynthia Bailey's immense bravery in publicly documenting her cosmetic regrets earned her massive support from the public. She has since become a powerful voice warning against the abuse of quick-fix injectables, championing the beauty of aging gracefully and embracing the skin you're in. 10. Meagan Good resurrecting the windows to the soul after a cosmetic disaster. Meagan Good is a stunningly talented and deeply captivating actress who has left an indelible mark on audiences through standout roles in Eve's Bayou, Think Like a Man, and the superhero blockbuster Shazam. From her days as a child star all the way into adulthood, Meagan has continuously been praised as one of Hollywood's most breathtaking natural beauties. With her flawless complexion, piercing eyes, and exquisite facial harmony, she became a beauty icon and a massive source of inspiration for Black women, radiating raw confidence and organic beauty on camera. Yet, the constant pressure to look flawlessly camera-ready, combined with a desire for makeup convenience, led to an unexpected cosmetic nightmare. In her younger years, Megan opted for permanent eyebrow tattoos, but as the years passed, the harsh pigments discolored and severely damaged the delicate skin in the area. The abuse of outdated tattooing methods, combined with severe infection complications, ultimately left her brow area distorted, completely throwing off the natural symmetry of her face. Desperate to salvage the damage and restore her natural look, the actress was forced to undergo an eyebrow transplant, a meticulous surgical procedure where hair follicles are extracted from the back of the neck and grafted onto the brow bone. The process required agonizing precision and a brutal, lengthy recovery time to ensure the hairs grew in the right direction to reshape a natural brow arch. Megan Good's vulnerability in speaking out about her cosmetic mistakes and the painful corrective process drew widespread empathy. She now uses her platform to urge fans to cherish their natural features and to exercise extreme caution before committing to any permanent facial procedures. 11. Kim Whitley, when laughter clashes with the pressure of time. Kim Whitley is a comedic powerhouse and a dominant force in American reality television, best known for her unforgettable roles in Young and Hungry, The Parkers, and her own hit docuseries Raising Whitley. For decades, Kim built an incredibly radiant, larger-than-life public persona. Fans adored her for her warm, inviting face, her infectious, hearty laugh, and the gorgeous, mature, natural beauty of a confident black woman. She wasn't just an entertainer. She was a beacon of optimism who inspired audiences with her sheer authenticity and relatable charm. However, the crushing ageist pressure of the television industry pushed Kim to seek out invasive surgical procedures to maintain a youthful edge. Hoping to erase the hands of time, she decided to undergo a facelift and neck lift. But the aftermath turned into an absolute nightmare when her face didn't heal as promised. Instead of looking refreshed and youthful, Kim was left with severe stiffness, facial asymmetry, and a devastating loss of her natural expressions, the absolute most vital tools for any comedian. In a raw, emotional appearance on the hit medical talk show The Doctors, she bravely opened up about the sheer terror she felt when she realized her face was becoming distorted, shedding light on the harrowing medical risks she faced during her post-op recovery. Kim Whitley's blunt honesty sparked a crucial conversation about the dangerous line between self-care and risking one's health for aesthetics. Fortunately, after a long period of medical adjustments and healing, she has slowly regained her confidence and her signature smile. Yet her terrifying ordeal remains a high-stakes cautionary tale about thinking twice, and then thinking again, before letting a scalpel permanently alter the face you were born with. 12. Tasha Smith, when the pressure of Forever Young eclipses acting brilliance. Tasha Smith is a powerhouse actress, director, and acting coach in Hollywood, best known for her explosive roles in Tyler Perry's hit movies like Why Did I Get Married? And the sitcom For Better or Worse. To her fans, Tasha was the ultimate symbol of fierce edge and commanding presence. She possessed a striking, mature beauty with strong, captivating facial features and an incredible ability to convey intense, raw emotion through a single glance or smile. The image of a confident black woman with magnetic charisma and radiant skin made her one of the most beloved faces on the big screen. However, the brutal fight against aging to maintain her status in the era of high-definition cameras pushed Tasha toward regrettable cosmetic choices. She admitted to turning to injectables like Botox and fillers to erase fine lines and keep her face looking perpetually plump. Unfortunately, the overuse of, or adverse reactions to, these substances led to severe, puffy complications. The actress went through a phase where her face became notoriously stiff, losing its natural softness and flexibility. This was a massive blow to Tasha, because the ability to deliver subtle, nuanced expressions, the absolute lifeblood of a true character actor, was severely restricted, leaving her on-screen appearance looking forced and lifeless. But with her signature resilience, Tasha Smith gradually corrected the damage and found her balance, openly sharing the costly lessons she learned about cosmetic enhancements. Her story serves as a profound reminder to preserve your personal identity and natural expressiveness in an entertainment industry that is perpetually obsessed with artificial perfection. 13. Tamar Braxton, when the whirlwind of fame washes away natural beauty. There's a well-known piece of Hollywood gossip that Tamar was so obsessed with her nose, she could point out every single millimeter she hated in unedited photos. This extreme perfectionism wasn't just a rumor. Tamar herself later admitted it was the catalyst that dragged her into a vicious cycle of back-to-back rhinoplasties. While she initially claimed the surgeries were to fix a deviated septum, it was, in reality, a never-ending chase for aesthetic perfection. Before her features were sharply chiseled by a scalpel, Tamar Braxton was the unapologetically sassy princess of the legendary Braxton family. With her soaring soprano vocals and flamboyant fashion, she won fans' hearts with her vibrant energy and incredibly animated facial expressions. In the public's eyes, the early-era Tamar possessed a striking beauty that still retained the soft, harmonious traits characteristic of Black women. Audiences didn't just love her voice. They were obsessed with her radiant smile and wildly expressive face on reality television, where every eye roll or smirk instantly became iconic internet memes. However, the driving force behind Tamar's facial distortion was a crippling internal insecurity coupled with the pressure to look flawless on camera. She publicly admitted to undergoing multiple nose jobs. Repeatedly restructuring her nose, combined with the heavy use of fillers and Botox to keep her face wrinkle-free, led to disastrous consequences. Her face grew incredibly stiff. Her nose became disproportionately small and pinched compared to her facial structure, while her muscles lost all their natural elasticity. During certain periods, Tamar's face looked as rigid as a wax mask, stripping away the fluid expressiveness that was her greatest weapon as an entertainer. The fallout from over-tweaking wasn't just physical. It took a heavy psychological toll when Tamar realized she no longer recognized herself in the mirror. She had to embark on a long journey to rescue her face, dissolving the fillers and learning to accept her flaws to regain as much of her natural look as possible. Tamar Braxton's ordeal is a costly lesson on the razor-thin line between self-improvement and losing your identity to Hollywood's artificial beauty standards. 14. Blac Chyna, the rebirth of the original, Angela White. Blac Chyna, real name Angela White, is a wildly famous model, entrepreneur, and reality TV star whose image was long associated with flamboyance and tabloid drama. In the early days of her career, she boasted a vibrant, youthful beauty with a naturally plump face, wide eyes, and an unapologetic, rule-breaking swagger. Back then, her image represented a fierce hustle, rising from the nightlife scene to become a pop culture phenomenon, followed by millions for her unique aesthetic and unfiltered personality. Yet, the suffocating pressure to maintain a surreal Instagram standard body dragged Angela into the dark vortex of extreme cosmetic abuse. She underwent a relentless barrage of procedures, filler injections in her cheeks, lips, and jawline, alongside multiple breast implants and Brazilian butt lifts, BBLs. Years of constantly piling on dermal fillers left her face severely distorted, chronically puffy, and completely stripped of its natural expressions. Angela later confessed that the extreme modifications made her look scary, and that she could no longer recognize the person staring back at her, triggering a deep identity crisis. In 2023, Angela White sent shockwaves through the internet with a massive reversal. She embarked on a journey to dissolve all her facial fillers and significantly reduce the size of her breast and butt implants. She documented the grueling process on social media as an apology to herself and a powerful message to fans about cherishing natural beauty. This transformation didn't just change her appearance. It marked a profound spiritual rebirth, helping her reclaim her confidence and the soft, delicate features of the original Angela White. 15. Lil' Kim, a lost identity beneath layers of surgery. Lil' Kim, born Kimberly Denise Jones, is the legendary queen of rap who shattered gender barriers to establish absolute dominance in the 90s hip-hop scene. During her golden hardcore era, Lil' Kim captured the world's attention with her dazzling, edgy beauty, her rich, sun-kissed skin, and striking Afrocentric features. She wasn't just a musical pioneer, she was a trailblazing fashion icon who represented the fierce confidence, power, and magnetic natural beauty of Black women. Her illustrious career, however, runs parallel to one of the most controversial physical transformations in entertainment history. Rooted in deep psychological trauma from her past and the crushing weight of Hollywood's Eurocentric beauty standards, Lil' Kim underwent a staggering number of surgeries. This included multiple rhinoplasties, jaw shaving, heavy fillers, and most noticeably, severe skin bleaching. Over the decades, her bone structure became entirely warped. Her nose was whittled down to a painfully pinched point. Her cheeks became unnaturally swollen, and her complexion changed entirely from her younger years. These extreme alterations left the public in utter shock as the rapper debuted an unrecognizable face, completely erasing the delicate, original features that made her an icon. Though Lil' Kim rarely expresses public regret, her story is constantly cited by the media as the ultimate cautionary tale of cosmetic abuse. It reflects the heartbreaking reality of body dysmorphia and the desperate struggle for acceptance in an industry that demands artificial perfection. 16. Vivica A. Fox. When the Kill Bill rose, lost its softness. Vivica A. Fox is one of Hollywood's most powerful and iconic Black actresses, leaving an indelible mark with blockbusters like Independence Day, Set It Off, and her unforgettable role as assassin Vernita Green in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill. At the peak of her career in the 90s and early 2000s, Vivica was hailed as a beauty icon, exuding a sharp, athletic, and deeply alluring charm. Fans will always remember her for her elegant face, naturally high cheekbones, and an aura of regal confidence, the absolute blueprint for Black female success in Tinseltown. However, the terrifying pressure to defy aging in a youth-obsessed industry pulled Vivica into the undertow of cosmetic procedures. She admitted to getting breast implants and overdoing Botox and fillers to erase the hands of time. This desperate attempt to chase the fountain of youth drastically backfired. The heavy injectables left her face puffy, rigid, and devoid of its famous, lively expressions. The sleek, elegant contours of her face were altered so heavily that her red carpet appearances were frequently criticized as unnatural and botched. Vivica bravely admitted later in life that she regretted taking things too far, confessing that the surgeries failed to give her the confidence she had hoped for. Vivica A. Fox's blunt honesty didn't just win back the public's grace. It served as a profound lesson in accepting the natural aging process. She learned to dial it back and find her balance, proving that a true actor's worth lies in their craft and life experience, not just a wrinkle-free face. 17. K. Michelle, the life-or-death battle to escape a silicone prison. K. Michelle, born Kimberly Michelle Pate, is an R&B powerhouse with soul-stirring vocals and a breakout star of the love and hip-hop reality franchise. In her early days, she made a massive impact with her sharp beauty, delicate bone structure, and fearless fashion sense. Fans didn't just love her music, they admired her as a fiercely confident Black woman who lit up the stage and screen with her radiant looks and dynamic energy. Tragically, the pressure to obtain an unreal hourglass figure and a flawless face drove K. Michelle to make a fatal mistake: getting illegal, black market silicone injections. Instead of using safe, medical-grade fillers, she allowed highly toxic substances to be pumped into her body and face. The result was a horrifying nightmare. The silicone migrated, hardened into massive lumps, and caused severe inflammation. Her face and body became swollen, deformed, and completely stripped of their natural proportions. It wasn't just a cosmetic disaster. Her health rapidly deteriorated to the point of being life-threatening. The singer was forced to endure dozens of excruciating reconstructive surgeries to literally scrape the hardened silicone out of her muscle tissue. K. Michelle's road to recovery has been a grueling, relentless fight to reclaim her life from past mistakes. By publicizing her traumatic photos and medical journey, she has become the loudest, most powerful cautionary voice in Hollywood against the deadly dangers of black market aesthetics. Today, even though her body and face bear irreversible scars, K. Michelle commands massive respect for her bravery and her dedication to spreading a healthy message of self-love. 18. Saye. When musical brilliance clashes with beauty pressures. Saye, Solana Imani Rowe, is an elite singer-songwriter dominating modern R&B, having taken the world by storm with critically acclaimed albums like Control and SOS. In the beginning of her career, SZA captivated audiences not just with her avant-garde musical genius, but with her earthy bohemian aesthetic. Rocking natural, wild curls, a signature face full of freckles, and a glowing smile, she became the ultimate symbol of authenticity. Black fans felt deeply connected to her as an artist who fully embraced her raw, natural features. However, as her career skyrocketed to mega stardom, SZA's appearance began to shift dramatically, sparking intense public debate. Through her lyrics on the SOS album and public photos, she subtly confirmed going under the knife to boost her confidence. The driving force was undeniably the brutal scrutiny of the media spotlight. She underwent a rhinoplasty, jaw contouring, and relied heavily on facial fillers. During certain performances, fans noticed her face looked unnaturally swollen and stiff, making her on-stage expressions seem rigid. Her delicate, unique early features were replaced by a more manufactured aesthetic, leaving many mourning the loss of the pure, natural beauty that was once her trademark. Despite the mixed reactions, SZA firmly stands by her right to bodily autonomy and her choice to alter her appearance to find happiness. Her story highlights the agonizing tug-of-war female artists face against punishing beauty standards, where the line between self-improvement and losing your unique essence is razor-thin. 19. Nene Leakes, when the desire for perfection crosses into medical peril. Nene Leakes is the absolute heart, soul, and breakout megastar of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. With her unfiltered personality, legendary shady one-liners, and dominating confidence, she transcended reality TV to become an actress, entrepreneur, and American pop culture icon. In the early seasons, Nene won audiences over with her robust beauty, glowing face, and the natural, bold features of a gorgeous black woman. Her commanding presence, combined with her mature beauty and unmistakable aura, made her a self-made inspiration for millions of women. However, the brutal glare of public scrutiny and the desire to refine her look pushed Nene down a treacherous path of multiple rhinoplasties. After her first nose job didn't yield the results she wanted, she opted for a second surgery to achieve an even slimmer bridge. Unfortunately, over-manipulating the cartilage left her bridge excessively narrowed, creating a severe imbalance with her overall facial proportions and distorting her natural expressions whenever she smiled or spoke. This botched procedure wasn't just a cosmetic failure, it created a very real medical crisis by obstructing her airways and causing chronic breathing difficulties. Nene openly admitted that chasing an artificial beauty standard cost her both her physical comfort and her naturally harmonious looks. Even through periods of drastically altered appearances, Nene Leakes bravely owned up to every procedure she had done. Her story serves as a stark warning about the perils of revision rhinoplasty, a highly complex and risky procedure, especially when not performed by experts who deeply understand the structural nuances of ethnic features.